Hello, everyone, and welcome back to my podcast. Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Traveling as a South African podcast. I'm your host, Rom Galaba. Apologies once more about previous week's episode. I could not shoot, I could not do anything. I had a tummy bug. I have no idea what I ate, but it was just taking a toll on me. So yeah, anyways, I am here today. Bareface. Durban is hot. Durban, I do not understand what is happening. It's so hot. Thank you for joining me. If you are new on the channel, welcome and welcome and welcome. Thank you for joining us. Thank you for being part of the family. If you haven't yet, please do subscribe to the channel and turn on your notification bell so that you get to know whenever I'm dropping a new episode on the channel. If you haven't already watched the previous episode, I'm going to link it down below so that you can catch up what we spoke about on the previous episode. On today's episode, I just want to talk about the simple things, simple common mistakes that we assume or think or end up doing when we're visiting other countries as visitors, meaning when we're visiting other countries with a tourist visa. There's guidelines, not just the guidelines on how to apply for the visa, but also guidelines as to what you can and cannot do with a tourist visa while you are visiting a foreign country. Okay, so in today's episode, I want us to talk about the things that we are not allowed to do when we are visiting a foreign country with a visitor's visa, and the things that we can do while visiting another foreign country with a visitor's visa. Okay, a visitor's visa is like tourist visa, visitor's visa. It's exactly what it says it is. It's self-explanatory. I have explained also on my first episode. If you haven't watched that, you can check my podcast, like the first episode. So I'm just gonna jump into it because I don't want this video to be long, so you guys you end up not even understanding what the guidelines for a tourist visa. This is in general. I am just giving you in general as like when you are visiting a foreign country. I'm not giving you in particular, okay, for the UK, this is what you can't do. For New Zealand, this is what you can't do. This is just a general information for each and every foreign country that you might be visiting with a tourist visa. Number one, you cannot work with a tourist visa. You are there as a tourist. You are there as a visitor. Do what you are supposed to do. Do what you say you want to come and do in the country. Go see the monuments. Go see the tourist attraction. But do not get and obtain a paid job with a tourist visa. It's illegal to do so. And they do have a right to take away your visa and ban you from their country. You cannot do business under a tourist visa. If you are a business person, for example, if you have a business in South Africa, if you have a business in UK and you're South African, you need to apply for a business visa in order for you to go and conduct your business in another country. So you can't just leave South Africa with a tourist visa and say, I'm a tourist, and then when you get there, you're opening up a spaza shop. No, you cannot do that. You cannot study while you have a tourist visa. You are not going to leave South Africa and go to New Zealand. When you get to New Zealand, you are applying for a bachelor's degree. You are applying for your PhD, you are applying for your diploma. You're going to stay there now for 3 years. You're doing your diploma, but you came here with a tourist visa. You are not allowed to do that. If you want to go and study, you apply for a study visa, a student visa, and then you are allowed to go and do your studies in a foreign country. You cannot become a permanent resident with a tourist visa. This one, I feel like a lot of people are not really familiar what is a residency and so on and so forth. Having papers for a country, like having an ID for a country. It's your residence permit that you can even open up a bank account in a foreign country. You cannot become a permanent residence, meaning you even get your citizenship for a country if you went there to visit on a tourist visa. You can get a temporary residence permit. For example, if you leave and you get to a country, there are countries that give you a window period of like 2 weeks after you arrived, where you can apply for your residence permit. The permit differs, like if they want, they will give you for 12 months. If they want, they will give you for 24 months. But you cannot become a permanent one, meaning you want to have that country's passport. That country, no. They can only give you that temporary residence for like 2 years you're there. And then if you want to migrate and become a citizen of that particular country, there's a route that you need to take. But you cannot leave South Africa with a tourist visa and say, yes, I'm going to get myself a passport. No, a passport for New Zealand. I'm going to be a citizen in New Zealand. No, it does not work like that. Sorry. It does not work like that. So, from a country to a country, it differs. Other countries, they add a lot of strict rules that you cannot do, things that you cannot do, and things that you can do, and things that you can do while you're visiting their countries with a tourist visa. Yes, you can't apply for a regular degree, you can't get employed, you can't work in a journalism or media, you cannot participate in a paid performance, you cannot stay in the US or in any other country permanently. So if you go there as a tourist with a tourist visa, you are given a period of time that you are allowed to stay for 30 days, but after these 30 days, you need to exit. You cannot just go with a tourist visa, guys, and then start packing your bags and saying, I'm moving. You're not migrating. You are a tourist. There's a difference. So do not make a mistake of thinking that, these are the reasons also that we are getting rejected when we're applying for tourist visas, because there's people who went there on tourist visas and then they decided to stay and not come back. So when you are a tourist, guys, you are a tourist. These are the things that you can do with a tourist visa. You can travel across. For example, if you applied for a Schengen visa, you wanted to go to Greece, with a tourist visa, you can travel throughout the Schengen area. You are allowed to. You can visit your friends and relatives. You can take part in social events, not business events, but social events like music concerts. You get what I mean? Like you're going to Coachella. Yes, with a tourist visa, you can go to Coachella. You can take part in an unpaid competition or event. You can enroll in a non-credited short course, meaning there are short courses like summer exchange courses, your language exchange courses. It's not like you are going to get a certification and you are accredited. No. It's just for you a cultural exchange course for like 3 weeks, 4 weeks. People do that a lot with a tourist visa. You can apply for a job or attend for a job interview, but you cannot begin employment. Okay, remember, we don't work with a tourist visa. You can apply for a job, You can attend your interview, that's fine. But let's say you go, you attend the interview, and then you find the job. You need to come back to South Africa and do your work visa and then leave with your work visa, because you cannot work on a tourist visa. Okay. So I just wanted to highlight these few things, as small as they seem, but they make a huge difference and a huge impact on how you conduct yourself in a foreign country. And also, it's small things like these that result in people being banned from visiting other countries, because now you're going there and then you're getting a job, you're setting up your things and so on and so forth that you're not allowed to be doing on a tourist visa. So note these things. The moment you decide that you're going for tourists, go for that. If you are interested on migrating to a country and then you want to go first and see, apply for a tourist visa. You go there, you explore, you see, you ask questions. You know, like more than 2 weeks is more than enough for you to find out exactly what you need to find out. And then you come back and then you start your process of migrating to that country. It is way better for you to go to a foreign country with the right documents, so that you don't find any hurdle and any hassle while you are there, instead of just leaving your own country with a tourist visa and hoping that you will get there and everything. No, nothing is going to be sorted out when you get there. At the end of the day, you will have to come back to your own home country. It's either you come back lucky enough without them banning you, or, you know, like the worst that could happen is for a country to ban you, or to like just say they don't even want to see you in their country anymore. Bear in mind that they also do things differently. So be open-minded, be educatable, you know, like be open up to learn and to understand their own reasoning, especially when you go to their country. You can't be saying, no, in South Africa we do this. No, that's in South Africa. You're not in South Africa now, you are in Australia. So when you get to Australia, you're going to be doing how the Aussies are doing in Australia. Simple as that. Yeah, I think I'm going to end it here today for this episode. I just wanted to highlight these things. On the next episode, I'm going to be discussing tourist visa application for Australia, the documentation that you need to apply for a visa to Australia, the different types of visas that you can apply for as a tourist in Australia, and how long can you stay, how much is everything, where do you apply for the visa for Australia. So if you are interested in visiting Australia and going and touring and seeing how Australia is like, do subscribe to the channel and turn on the notification bell so that you don't miss the episode when I drop it. That's going to be next week, Wednesday at 7 o'clock. Thank you so much for joining me on this one, and I will see you on the next episode.